Virgo, listen. I'm not going to soften this or dress it up in spiritual language or make this about destiny or cosmic alignment. This is human. This is raw. This is someone who looked at you and decided you're the one. Not as option, not as possibility among many, the one. And everything about how they see you, how they want you, how they're um, organizing their desire around you specifically, that's what we're talking about today. This isn't gentle, this is intensity. This is someone who stopped looking because looking ended when they saw you. Want is different than love. Love can be quiet, can be patient, can exist without urgency. Want is active. Want is consuming. Want is person waking up thinking about you, going through day noticing things that remind them of you, going to sleep with you, being last thought before unconsciousness takes over. This person wants you, not your potential, not your future self, you right now, as you are, with your flaws and your contradictions and your difficult parts and your beautiful parts all existing together. They're not waiting for you to become different. They're not hoping you'll change into better version. They're looking at current you and thinking, that's the one I want. That's the person I can't stop wanting. And the wanting is specific, is detailed, is them knowing what they want about you, knowing which parts of you create and pull in them, knowing which aspects of who you are activate their desire. They're not generic attracted. They're specifically attracted to specifics about you that nobody else would be attracted to in exactly the same way because nobody else is wired the way they're wired and nobody else sees you the way they see you. You are beautiful to them is statement about perception. Is acknowledgement that in their eyes, in their experience, in their nervous system response to you, you are beautiful. Not objectively, subjectively, which is only kind of beauty that actually matters because objective beauty is performance. Subjective beauty is you being seen and recognized as desirable by a specific person whose desire means something. They think you're beautiful, not despite your insecurities, not because they're ignoring your flaws, but because what they see when they look at you is beauty. Full stop. You, beautiful. And they only want you, not keeping options open, not keeping eye out for something better, not treating you as good option while waiting for best option, only you. Which means they've stopped looking, have eliminated every other possibility from consideration, have decided that what they want exists in singular form, and that form is you. This is not casual wanting, this is committed wanting. This is them looking at world and deciding that you are priority, that you are what matters, that you are what they organize around. Let me show you what this wanting actually looks like in practice and what it demands from you. What wanting you looks like, they notice things, small things. The way light hits your face, the way you move when you think nobody's watching, the specific tone your voice takes when you're explaining something you care about, the way your eyes change when you're about to laugh. They're not just seeing you, they're studying you, are taking in details that most people miss because most people aren't paying attention at this level. Most people are too busy with their own internal world to notice small details about someone else. But this person is noticing, is collecting details, is building comprehensive understanding of you through constant observation and attention, and that attention is form of wanting. Is them saying through their focus, I want to know you. I want to understand you. I want to capture what it is about you that makes you you. What wanting you looks like. They prioritize you. Their time, their energy, their resources, you become priority in how they allocate these things, not out of obligation, out of genuine preference. They'd rather spend time with you than with anyone else, would rather give their energy to you than anywhere else. This is visible in concrete ways, in how quickly they respond to you, in how they rearrange schedule to be available to you, in how they remember details you mention and reference them later, in how consistently they show up. What wanting you looks like, they protect you. Not like you're fragile, like you're valuable, like you matter to them, and therefore anything that threatens you is threat to them. They become advocate. They become person willing to fight for you, to defend you, to take your side. This protection sometimes looks like physical defense, but often looks like emotional defense, defending your honor in conversations, standing up for you when you're not present, making sure you're treated well even when you wouldn't speak up for yourself. What wanting you looks like. They desire you sexually if they're attracted to you that way, not in objectifying way, in a way where your body, your presence, your touch creates response in them that's primal and specific. They want to be close to you, want physical contact, want to experience you sensorially. And that desire is combined with care. So it's not just sex, it's intimacy. It's them wanting you in all the ways, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It's them wanting complete experience of you. What wanting you looks like. They imagine future with you. Not just tomorrow or next week, years from now. They're building vision of what life looks like with you in it, are calculating how they'd reorganize their world to have you permanently. This imagination is detailed, is specific, is them thinking through logistics, emotional compatibility, whether they can sustain this level of wanting over time. Are they concluding, yes, yes, I can spend my life wanting you this way? What wanting you looks like. They're vulnerable with you, are showing you parts of themselves they don't show others, are trusting you with secrets, with fears, with hopes, are allowing you to see them without armor, because wanting you means they want to be truly known by you, which requires being truly present. This vulnerability is risk, is them betting that you won't weaponize their openness, is them hoping you'll receive their vulnerability with care. Now, let me address what this wanting actually means and what you need to understand about being wanted this way. First, this wanting is not your responsibility to fulfill. You don't have to want them back just because they want you. You don't have to be grateful. You don't have to reciprocate. You don't have to accept their wanting as reason to change how you feel. Their wanting is about them, is about how they experience you, is about their nervous system response to your existence. That's theirs to manage. What you do with their wanting is yours to decide. You can accept it, can reciprocate, can choose to build something with person who wants you this intensely. Or you can acknowledge their wanting while deciding it's not something you can return. Either is valid, either is your right to choose. Second, this wanting is gift and curse simultaneously. Gift because being wanted by someone is validating, is affirming, is proof that you matter, that you're desirable, that you're worth organizing around. Curse because being wanted at this intensity creates pressure, creates expectation, creates situation where they need you more than you need them. And that power imbalance can become problematic if not managed carefully. Be aware of both sides of this wanting. Don't just bask in validation. Also, notice whether their wanting is starting to feel like possession, like ownership, like you're becoming thing they own rather than person they love. Third, this wanting will test you. Will test whether you can be present for someone who's this invested. Will test whether you can handle intensity of their desire. Will test whether you can love them back or whether you'll eventually reject them because their wanting becomes too much. This testing is not intentional on their part, but it happens because wanting at this level requires corresponding level of openness from person being wanted. And if you can't open to that level, if you're defending against that intensity, the dynamic becomes painful for both of you. Fourth, this wanting is not guarantee. Just because they want you intensely right now doesn't mean they'll want you forever. Doesn't mean their intensity won't change. Doesn't mean you're safe from abandonment or from them changing their mind. Want is not stable. Want evolves. Want can transform into something else. Want can fade if circumstances change, if they grow in different direction, if they discover you're not who they thought you were. So don't mistake intense present wanting for permanent future commitment. They're different things. Fifth, this wanting asks something of you whether you reciprocate or not. If you reciprocate, it asks that you show up fully, that you match their intensity, that you're willing to be wanted at this level and to want back. It asks that you don't hold back out of fear or out of protection. If you don't reciprocate, it asks that you be kind, that you don't use their wanting as weapon, that you don't toy with them or keep them hoping when you know you're not interested, that you be honest so they can grieve and move forward. Either way, their wanting asks that you treat it with respect, that you acknowledge what it costs them to admit wanting you this openly, that you don't minimize the courage it took to say, I want you, only you, and I'm not going anywhere. Let me address what happens if you accept this wanting and what happens if you reject it. If you accept, you enter a relationship with a person who's already decided you're the one. You enter with a person who's invested, who's committed, who's not ambivalent about you. This sounds ideal, but comes with pressure. They have expectations now, have hopes, have vision of future they're holding. If you disappoint them, if you don't live up to how they see you, the falling down is going to be hard because they've built so much on foundation of wanting you. But if you're also all in, if you also choose them, if you also decide that this person wanting you this way is something you want to build with, then you get relationship that's grounded in mutual choosing, in mutual wanting, in both people saying, yes, you're the one I want. This kind of relationship can be beautiful, can be sustainable, can last because it's built on clear intention from both people. If you reject, you have to watch them grieve. have to witness them realizing that their wanting isn't reciprocated. That person they wanted doesn't want them back. That intensity they felt wasn't matched. This is hard for you both, hard for them because their heart is breaking, hard for you because you're probably feeling guilt, probably wishing you could want them back, probably wishing their wanting had been directed at someone who could reciprocate. But rejection is sometimes kindest thing you can do, because keeping someone hoping when you don't feel what they feel is cruelty dressed as compassion. Letting them move on, letting them find someone who can match their wanting, that's kindness. That's honoring what they feel by not asking them to diminish it, to settle for less, to stay with you while you figure out whether you can love them. What you need to know about being wanted this intensely is that it changes you, changes how you see yourself, changes how you move through world, changes your sense of what's possible. You become person who's chosen, person who's wanted, person who matters enough that someone reorganized their entire life around having you in it. That's powerful. That's transformative. That's redefining in ways you might not expect. But don't let it redefine you into shape that doesn't fit who you actually are. Don't become what they want just because they want it. Don't perform being beautiful in the way they find beautiful if that performance requires you to be less yourself. The wanting is real. The beauty is real. The only you is real. And so is your right to accept it or reject it. Your right to build with it or walk away from it. Your right to determine what you do with someone's wanting. They want you badly. They see you as beautiful. They only want you. And now you have to decide what that means for your life. Do you want to be wanted this way? Do you want to be the one for someone? Or do you need space, freedom, ability to be wanted less intensely, less exclusively, less absolutely? There's no wrong answer. There's only your answer. And your answer is what matters now, not their wanting, not how beautiful they find you, not their commitment to only wanting you. Your answer, your choice, your life that happens next. Choose what serves you. Even if what serves you is walking away from someone who wants you this badly, especially then, because you're only worth keeping if you're choosing to stay. Not because you're trapped by their wanting, not because you feel obligated to reciprocate, not because you're afraid of disappointing them. You stay because you want to. That's the only reason that matters.